Today, I'm going to do a little fortune telling just for you. I'm going to tell you exactly what kind of holiday you can expect to have. Now, how can I do that? How can I do that for everybody out there? It's not as hard as you think. Stay tuned to learn more. Welcome everybody to another episode of the Rebel Crone. This is Elisa, and today's the first part of 3 little videos I'm going to do to help prepare you for the coming holiday. What I want for you is to have the best experience possible, but holidays are notoriously tricky time. So often our holiday experience with families has been a real mixed thing at best. Some may be blessed to have a very harmonious family, and these are wonderful, wonderful situations and wonderful gatherings to be a part of. And even if that's your situation, I still say listen to this video because you're going to learn a few things. But on the contrary, many of us have had experiences that were quite challenging growing up. Repeat holidays again, and it pulls up a deep plug of feelings about them. You know, a little trepidation, maybe downright worry or not looking forward to it, or a mixture of feelings. You're probably wondering, how am I going to be able to fortune tell the holiday experience for everybody? Well, in fact, it's quite easy to do when we look at energy. So let's pull it back a little bit and do some Energy 101 reminders. All right, in this realm, we're living in time and space. So we have this illusion that we're moving through time and that there's space that divides us. I'm here, you're there, you're over there, and we're separated. But in truth, we know that we're not separated, right? We're all unified at a certain level, and energy at another level is all connected. So while we may know this to be true, in our everyday life, it's easy to forget this until things happen like the phone rings and we're, oh my gosh, I was just thinking of that person. I was just going to call them and boom, there they are. Or I walk into the market and there's the person I've been wanting to see or wanting to meet, and boom, there they are. There's all these wonderful little serendipitous things, these little things that like, wow, what a coincidence. But we know they're not coincidences, right? And how do we know that? We know that because our energy's all connected. When I'm thinking of somebody, it's not like, oh, I'm thinking, and my thinking bubble is limited to right here. And so that person in 2 states over's little bubble is there, and there's no way they can connect. But in the quantum field, that's all connected. I think of them, it goes boom, right to that person instantly. Instantly, and all of a sudden they start thinking about me. And then they decide to call me. How cool is that? So that is the truth about our energies, that there is no time or space dividing it. So let's talk about what happens on just a regular basis. If that's true there, then it's also going to be true that as we think about something, let's say our day coming up, we have to go to the office to go to work. And we're thinking about, oh my goodness gracious, I'm not looking forward to going to work because I've got this bossy boss, or I've got, my colleagues are just, on my case about something, or they're never doing their work and I'm doing their work for them, or blah, 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 whatever the drama is, we start thinking about that, and then we go to work, and sure enough, that is the truth because that's what's going on there. But do we ever stop to realize that we just preloaded that situation? Because just like the quantum field, our energies, when we start thinking about work, going to work, we're projecting a part of our energy already into that situation. Do you ever wonder, like dogs, it's so sweet. So dogs know their master's coming home and they're sitting there, they're waiting at the window, but they haven't even rounded the corner. They probably just left work. But that dog's like, boop, okay, he's coming, she's coming, and they're alert to it. Same thing with us. Our energy is projected outwards. Our energy is projected into, let's say the office example, goes ahead of us. And whatever our energy is, if it's thinking, this is going to be the situation, and I don't want to be around that boss, I don't want to be around my coworkers, I don't want to this, that whole energy pattern is projected into the office before you even arrive. So when you get there, what do you walk into? Exactly that. This is called preloading situations with our energy. So it's part of my fortune telling here is how I can tell you what kind of Thanksgiving or Christmas you're going to have is because your energy is going to preload that situation. Now, going back to the office, if you think about, all right, I'm going to think the best of it. And I'm going to think I'm really happy to have a job and I like what I have to accomplish. Screw everybody else. It doesn't matter what they're doing. Or I'm going to try to see the best in them. You know, I come with a positive attitude about it. I'm feeling upbeat that day. I walk into the office. What most likely is going to happen? You're going to have a much better day. That energy signature went ahead of you and it preset the whole pattern up for you to walk into. Remember, our reality is a projection of our own consciousness, and our own consciousness is made up of our hearts, our feelings, and our thinking. So let's do that for the holidays, right? How easy is that? So instead of worrying about, oh, I've got my, my racist uncle or my politically driven aunt that's believes in something that I don't believe in, and they're going to come and they're going to be womp, womp, womp. Or I've got my, dramatic sisters are going to be coming there and they're going to be, or whatever the situation, or somebody that's going to be drinking too much, somebody that's going to, sit off quiet and not say a thing and just be kind of critical of everything. I mean, I don't care what, it's just family dynamics, right? All the different iterations of it. So when I'm thinking about this coming up, if you're thinking about this coming up, you're like, oh, man, I just don't look forward to it because this person and that person and all of that. Well, guess what's going to happen? You're setting up the energy pattern because there is no time and distance. You're setting up the energy pattern in the quantum field in that situation, whether it's in your house, someone else's house. That's what you're going to walk into. And you may think this is like, well, but there's other people have free will. Yes, they do. But they're also going to be, it's a reflection of you, what you're going to pick up in the field. So instead of going like half-cocked into your holiday thing about what you don't want to happen and what you're not looking forward to happen, what if instead you go in or you start preparing before time and you think about what a blessing it's going to be that I still have family, right? And we're going to have this delicious meal together. And think about each one. So set the overall context, number one. Set the overall context of appreciation for what is going to be happening. You can find it. You just set aside all the pettiness and then go person by person and think about that person in the best possible light. In other words, what's right with them. Think about what a blessing, how they blessed your life. And I bet you everyone in your family in some ways blessed your life. Maybe a little teeny thing, or it may be a lot of things. But why do we so often just cloud those things, the little things or big things, the blessings, with remembering what's wrong with the situation? Right? Somehow our consciousness and our minds just tend to gravitate towards what's wrong. Because we're literally indoctrinated in that. That's all our media does. That's all our news does. So we're trained in that. Well, let's untrain that. Let's look at the holidays and retrain ourselves to think about each person and what a blessing. Think what's right with them, and hold that for every single person that's going to be in the space. And then listen to your heart and note just like the shift that starts to happen, a lightness that comes over you as opposed to that heavy dreading it. So what you'll notice what's happening is your energy is going to start shifting. And what you're doing most importantly is you're preloading the situation. You're repatterning it according to what you want. So when I say I'm going to tell you exactly what kind of holiday you're going to have, I'm going to do that by stating the simple fact. You're going to have the holiday exactly what you think you're going to have. Exactly what you're preparing your mind and your heart to have. It is a reflection of you. So you think good things about it. You think appreciation. You think about, what a blessing this all is going to be. And I look forward actually to seeing everybody and getting caught up. And the other stuff, you're going to walk into a very different experience. The other stuff may be going on, but that's not what's going to be resonating with you. What's going to be resonating with you is something completely different. Give it a try. Give it a try. Thanksgiving's coming up. Give it a try. Prepare for Christmas time. Prepare for the new year. Give this a try. So instead of the old way of looking at things, try a new way. Try to not even to try, just do it. Just sit down and do it. Set the overall context, go person by person, reset your feelings about them, look for the best in them, be grateful for each one of them, and then see what happens when you walk into that room or they walk into your space. I'm telling you, this is how magic happens. It doesn't just all of a sudden, wow, that was just crazy. We just had like a great time together. It was just one of those things. It was a good holiday as opposed to a bad holiday. No, we're in control of all this. We're in control of our world. We can control what's going to be happening. We do that through what we're thinking of and where our hearts, where our emotions are. So my challenge to you is try. It's very, very simple. So that when we can get together after the holidays, it's going to be a really wonderful experience. Once again, people may be up to their old shenanigans, but it's not going to stick on you because that's not what you're noticing. That's not the primary thing that you have set up for yourself to see. Set the context for where you're going and what you're doing, whether it's an office party where you want to go out shopping for holiday presents, that too can be like a stressful thing. But don't have it be stressful. Set your I call it setting the heaven of an event before it happens. Set the heaven, in other words, in the invisible higher vibratory ranges. Set what you want to happen. When I go out shopping, I'm going to be taking my kids out with me. We're going to have a great experience. Going into it, I'm going to lay out the rules. This is what we're going to do, and it's going to be fun. Why not? So no matter what's happening coming up to the holidays, try this. Just give it a try and see what happens and report back. I want to know if my prediction is correct. That you created exactly the holiday that you were thinking about having is boom, lo and behold, that's the one that you get. So that's my message for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helps. I hope it's a good reminder of being in control of our own realms, being in control of our own destinies. You are powerful, incredible beings. Let's use those powers. Let's learn more about them. Let's stretch those muscles and build up some strength in these areas. Build up our own personal magic. Personal magic is just magic and mysterious because we don't understand it. Well, here's a great thing you just remembered is repatterning. Repatterning your reality, preloading situations. Do it. It works. All right, everybody, much love to you. And I'll be seeing you tomorrow with another little reminder on how to move through the holidays with grace and ease and the purpose that you set in advance. As always, peace from within.